What is going on, collectors? It's your hobby hound here, Woof Woof. I'm going to do a retro box of 1988 Topps with all the gum and all the card shrapnel. So let's get into it. Looks like there's some kind of Push Pops advertisement inside there. Being that Topps makes Push Pops. Interesting. I don't know if that's how they all came, I doubt it, but now these 88 Topps packs like this, the 15 card packs, they came in a box that had players on it. So this has seen better days. It has John Kruk, Marvell Wynn, Daryl Evans, and Tony Gwynn. And obviously the blue borders differentiate it from the white borders of the product. So we'll go with the bottom corner here. And doesn't look too bad. Surprised it's not exploding everywhere. There's the propaganda piece. This is upside down. This is going to be all flipped around, I think. So Ozzie Guillen, Don Sutton, Gary Roenick, Dan Plesac. Look at that big old gum stain, or what is that? Oil? Oil slick on the back there. Jim Fergozzi manager card. It's a Gene Larkin rookie, I believe. Yeah. Probably only worth like a quarter, but still. Devin White, Gold Cup. There's Jim Rice. There's Marvell Wynn. Ruben Sierra, Joe Carter, Randy Reddy, Charlie Huff, and 529 to 666. I think that's an error one, where if it's Steve Carlton, it's the error. I forget what number he is. Let me see. I think I have a sheet here where I can look at it. 455. So this isn't the one. Got a Sparky Anderson, looking young and fit. Mike Gallego, Pat Clemens. Hey. Surprised this gum has made it in one piece. There's a Bo Jackson second year. That in the stars. Danny Tartaple, Ron Kittle, Ozzie Smith All-Star, Willie Wilson, Tim Wallach, Tim Flannery, Bob Welch, and here's another of the high number cards for the checklist, so it's not the higher numbers. I shouldn't say high numbers. So Yankees leaders with Dave Winfield. Wanted to read a little bio about this, and I completely forgot and got right into it. So on Topps website it says that 88 Topps is a 792 standard size card set. The cards are primarily issued in 15 wax packs. There's the 42 card rack packs. Card fronts feature white borders encasing a color photo with team name running across the top and player name diagonally across the bottom. And there's subsets that include the record breakers, all-star, turn back the clock, and team leaders. And there's also manager cards, and the key rookies are Ellis Burks, Ken Caminiti, and Tom Glavine, as well as Matt Williams. There's Darren Dalton. There's Eckersley. Got Fernando and Pedro together on the front of the Dodgers leader. Wally Joyner, second year. Mike Gallego. And this is one of the errors, but this is the corrected version. So there's a white team name for this card, and then there's the blue, and this is the blue version. So I'm assuming that this is going to be an entire corrected box, but I'll put that to the side. Thanks, Ryan Sandberg, Jamie Cork, Cecil Cooper, Mike Dunn Gold Cup, Pat Perry, is that Perry? Yeah. There's a Doug Jones rookie, showing how rookies looked back in the day. I mean, he looks kind of weathered and a lot older. Well, I guess that's what will shatter them if you had two pieces of gum hit each other, because that just shattered those into pieces. Vicente Palacios. There's Don Baylor, back in his playing days, pre-coaching. Still looking much the same. And there's Jose Canseco. And a Pirates leaders with Bobby Bonilla and Barry Bonds. Fred Manrique, there's a Todd Worrell. Propaganda piece out. Mike Davis, Danny Jackson, Pete Rose manager card. And then, so there's also another error. If there's a little white kind of shadow behind his foot here, that's the corrected version that I'm holding. But the error will show that little white shadow below the foot. There's Pedro Guerrero. It's been so long since I've opened this, I've forgotten a lot of the rookies, but try to remember the ones that I can. I mean, most of the most significant rookie would be the Glavine. There's Vince Coleman. I had decent stolen base stats. Domingo Ramos. There's an Ozzie Smith. Got all the gum stain behind it. And there's a Vince Coleman record breaker. Probably a stolen bases one. Yeah. Steals 100 bases. Dave Anderson and Rafael Belliard, which is not a rookie. All right. We've got through one stack so far. Not too bad. Almost would midway through, I think that I need to get out the little handheld vacuum cleaner, because there's like card and gum shrapnel everywhere. There's Dave Parker. Mookie Wilson. Juan Nieves. Mario Soto. Cody Pena. Roger Craig manager card. Bruce Ruffin. Rafael Palmeiro, second year. I think that might be... No, that's not a Ruffin rookie, is it? I'll go back through afterwards if I need to figure some of those out. Gosh, this almost would be good in a two-part series, considering how many different cards there are per pack and then per stack. So card 455, if Steve Carlton would have been the heir, so this is obviously the corrected version, which all the correcteds will be in the same box with each other. There's a Cecil Fielder, Pat Tabler, blast from the past. Oof, I'm stuck on there. There's a Bobby Bonilla, second year card. Tony Fernandez. Terry Francona. Benny Santiago, or Benito Santiago. There's Dave Stewart. Looking as happy as ever. Mark McLemore, Bob James, and Lonnie Smith. I just imagine that gum is just nasty. Although I've seen people eat gum from the early 80s, where this would be late 80s, so. George Bell, All-Star. Ron Guidry. Larry Parrish. Dave Bergman. John Tudor. Bobby Thigpen. Kent Herbeck. Chris Brown. There's Denny Martinez. Chuck Finley. Jack Howell. No major, none of the big rookies so far, but like no Ellis Burks, no Ken Caminiti, no Tom Glavine, or Matt Williams. Ooh, Steve Balboni. Drew Hall. Steve Lyons, Tom Henke, Mike Trujillo, Julio Franco. There's a Tony La Russa. Tommy La Russa. I was going to say Tommy Lasorda. A manager card with the Athletics. Rick Manning. There's Joe Niekro. Gerald Perry, and John Davis. All right, so we have Randy St. Clair, Greg Minton, Bob Ojeda. There's a John Crook, second year. John Candelosi, Bill Landrum, Bob Denier, Jim Wynn, Chet Lemon, Terry Kennedy in his catching days, Greg Harris, Dave Valle, I think you pronounce his name. There's Jim Leland when he was a Pirates manager, managing Barry and Bobby. Oof. This is like, I don't know how these guts are wet. Usually the wax isn't that stuck on there. There's Joey Cora, Ed Lynch. There's an Ellis Burks rookie. And it's the gold, it's a gold cup, but it's the actual gold cup rookie. Johnny Grubb, Willie Upshaw, Lynn Cicada, Chuck Grimm. There's Larry Boa manager card. I don't know who the heck that is, but he's got a great throw. Larry Sheets, Mike Flanagan, James Steele, Mickey Hatcher, and a Future Stars Mike Campbell, which may very well be a rookie. I'll have to figure that out. Kenny Williams, Scott Bankhead, Mike Jackson. There's a Nolan Ryan, the Astros. So the cut on that's a little top heavy. Dave Dravecki, Dave Righetti, and there's a John Smiley rookie with the ever-present scowl on all of his cards. I'm sure, I mean, I wonder if it was like he's just said to himself, you know, with the name Smiley, I'm not going to smile. Or either that or camera guys trying to be funny told that joke directly in front of taking the picture, like, smile, Smiley, and that is the look that he gave. That's my guess anyway. There's Cal Daniels. Small career as a power hitter for a few years. Didn't really amount to too much. I want to say injuries caused issues for him. Paul Noyce, I think that's how you say his name. Oh, I can't remember exactly if that's correct, but Craig Reynolds, Stan Jefferson, there's Jay Aldrich, Tommy Hinzo, Jeff Ballard, Jeff Royster, Gary Roenick, Dan Plezak, Gino Petrelli, Jack Lazorko, Bob Brower, Kurt Wilkerson, and then Gary Gaetti. So halfway through it, this is going to be a marathon, so maybe get yourself a glass of water to finish up the second half of this. Or whatever you drink, I guess. Mike Lavalier. There's a Tommy John. There's Wally Joyner, and I'm not sure who the other guy is in the picture. Brett Butler. There's a Turn Back the Clock, Nolan Ryan. Oh, Jay Baller. Check him out. He is a baller. Look at that. Got the gold chain and just loads of chest hair sticking out. This is definitely my new favorite card. There's Dave Palmer, Mike Gallego, Craig Lefferts, Pat Clements. There's Frank DiPino, Ozzie Guillen, Mark Rail, and Don Sutton. All right, we've officially got a gigantic stack of cards over here that probably is going to fall over, so I got to be careful with that. First card in this next stack is Ron Kittle. There's an Ozzie Smith All-Star, Tim Wallach, John Morris. There's Sparky again. Got a lot of the repeats here. Glenn Wilson, Tom Lawless, Boyd Mosby. There's a Bob Gibson, turn back the clock. Eric Schau. Junior Naboa? That's an interesting name. I get the Mandela effect with a lot of these cards because it's been so long since I've looked at them. Ooh, that was good. Good and stuck to it right there. Jim Wallwander, don't know who that is. Don't know you. Don't know you. Just kidding. Mike Bielecki. There's the Bo Jackson again. So yeah, we're hitting the same cards again. So I'm not sure if this is maybe a combination of two different boxes, because it seems like we're hitting the same ones. Dave Clark. O.W. McDowell. Todd Benzinger, rookie. Not that that's worth more than a quarter, I don't think, but throw it in over here. Tim Leary. Not the Timothy Leary of LSD fame. This is the baseball playing Tim Leary. Yeah, these packs look a little weird. And you'd ask yourself, why would anybody open some junk wax era stuff? Hey, I guess I'd have to say I don't know, because there's a very nice Tom Glavine. Decent shape. I'll put that right into a soft sleeve. So the first big hit, it's a little bit off on the top there, it looks like. But aside from that, it's like in decent shape. This card is completely thicker than the other two or other cards in here. It's almost like it's two cards in one, or the card stock is. And it could just be because of the gum, but there's Kevin Mitchell. Record breakers with Don Mattingly. I'm not sure if that's who that is. It wouldn't be Henderson at that time, because I don't think, anyway. Pretty sure it's not. Brian Dayette. Jose Nunez. There's Alan Trammell on his All-Star American League card. Von Hayes. Mark Thurmond. Man, this is a giant stack over here to my left. It's getting out of control. There's Rick Honeycutt with almost looks like a sprayed on hat. It just doesn't look real. I mean, this is pre-Photoshop, but they had photo editing still back in the day. It's just a different process. It's almost as if they took the photo of a floating hat or a hat just sitting there and said, let's put it on his head. Zane Smith. Ed Manberg, Jose De Leon, Tim Cruz, Bob Tewksbury. Another weird looking hat. Definitely airbrushed in some way. You can tell by the logo itself and the way it hits there, and there's literally no shadow for the brim of the cap on his head. So they popped it on. So there must have been some new photographer who went out there and got a bunch of shots with them without their hats on. And Topps was like, not going to have that. There's Dickie Knowles. There's an Andres Galarraga, third year. Dave Cone. Matty Noakes. Oh boy. I got a tower over here about ready to fall over. There's Roger Clemens All-Star. Prime Dog, Fred McGriff. Ray Knight. Dennis Powell. There's Andre Dawson All-Star. Sid Fernandez. Mariners team leader. Is that... Yeah, Harold Reynolds. So I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Harold Reynolds there on the left. Eddie Williams. So I might have to, after these next stack, take a break and remove this pile that's starting to overtake the card area. Phil Garner. Jay Tibbs. Joe Bover. There's a Brewers leader. Kevin Elster. Future Stars. I think that's his rookie card, but I'm sure it's worth no more than a nickel. Steve Trout. Orioles leaders with Cal and Eddie Murray. John Marzano. I'm pretty sure that's another rookie that's probably worth no more than a couple pennies. BJ Surhoff. Rick Rodriguez. Greg Brock. And Steve Bouchel. So let me get through these three, and then I'll remove this stack that's almost out of control here. There's a Will Clark second year. Jeff Robinson. Tomasos Garcia. Mark Eichhorn. Walt Terrell. Steve Bedrosian. It's another one of those weird thick cards. Oh, it's definitely two cards stuck together, but ooh. Juan Castillo, Junior Ortiz, Jeff Ballard, Jeff Royster, Mike Lavalier. There's Tommy John, Wally Joyner on the Angels leader, and Brett Butler, given his best baseball pose. Oh my goodness, I just shredded. Shane Raleigh All-Star. There's Ricky Henderson. So I guess it was Ricky on that Yankees leader. Dan Pasquay. Franklin Stubbs. Bruce Benedict. Ooh, another stuck together. There's Don Baylor. There's a Jose Canseco. It's a nice looking card. I like that card. Followed by another Pirates leaders. Benny Bonds. And then here's that Record Breakers McGuire corrected version. Oh boy. I don't know, one stack to go. I might as well just finish it out. This pile, I don't know if it's going anywhere. Ooh, this is completely stuck together here. Mike Fitzgerald, Ernie Witt, Mark Clear, Pat Keaty, Tom Foley, there's Pedro Guerrero, Mike Witt, Ken Dixon, Bill Allman, Leon James, Al Nipper, Pascal Perez, and the 87 record breaker, Vince Coleman. Well, that's Lee Guterman, there's Van Slaw, Joey Mayer, Future Stars, Lee Smith, Rick Cerrone, Mitch Williams, Mike Marshall, Jerry Roos, Dave Anderson, there's Rafael Belliard, Dave Parker, and Bob Patterson. Mookie Wilson, Juan Nieves, Mario Soto, Shane Mack, there's Don Mattingly All-Star, there's Cal Ripken, Robin Yount. Yep, I'm gonna have to clean this up. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Did a little vacuuming and I didn't want to have that on a video. It would be too darn loud. But still, there's still tons of shrapnel here. So, only like 7 packs to go, and then this box break will be in the books. It's always nice to go back and check out these older cards, just enjoy the retro feel. There's Dan Petrie, Bobby Bonilla, Jose Oquendo, and then Bob Walk, Andy McGaffigan. There's a Matt Noakes rookie. Funny story, when I was younger, I opened a lot of this year's sports cards, and there were a couple kids in the neighborhood, and they just loved the newer players. So Kevin Seitzer and Matt Noakes were just hugely sought. And the hype was there. Hype was real. Think about like the hype around, Wander obviously is a little bit different, but just think of like hype around other players that may or may not have, had amazing seasons. So I think I had 6 or so Matt Noakes rookies, and maybe 3 or 4, maybe even close to the same amount of Kevin Seitzer cards. And like book value at the time, I think it was just around 100 for all of those cards that I had. And with the approval of the parent that I guess gave the kids the cards, because they had some older cards from the 70s, I traded those cards for a bunch of commons from the 70s in football, and also some baseball commons. But eventually, I wouldn't say common, some stars in there too. Eventually, those prices went in an opposite direction, and couldn't give away a Matt Noakes or Kevin Seitzer now. And I definitely wasn't a seasoned collector at the time, so I would have been 15. So I didn't know much more than anybody else. There's Chris Brown, Pete O'Brien, Tony Gwynn, Eddie Murray, and another stuck together grouping of cards here. That kind of helped springboard my collection when I was younger, because I didn't really have too much vintage. I didn't have anybody who gave me any collections or anything like that. And sure it didn't hurt the neighbor kids because they had a tremendous amount of stuff. I think, if I remember correctly, they had a Nolan Ryan rookie back when, at the time, I think it was like $100 for the Ryan rookie. And like originally, I was like, I'd really like to get that. That would have been something. I would have felt bad about that. Sid Bream, Tony La Russa, Glenn Braggs, Jose Lean rookie, another rookie where the player looks super old. I don't know, I think there might be another card stuck to that. Is there? Yes, there is. I'm not sure why these the last cards in those packs are so stuck together. There must be some kind of moisture issue, and that's why the cards that are the back of the packs look so odd. There's like moisture that's soaked up somewhere, or probably were stored, but I mean like moisture in the air, not like actual moisture on the card. Joe Niekro, Gerald Perry, John Davis, Randy St. Clair, Greg Minton, Bob Ojeda, John Kruk, Mark Davidson, Kurt Young, Glenn Hubbard, Rich Gossage, Frank Lecquezie. Was he like 100 right here? No, I'm kidding. And John Cerruta, and there's also a Casey Kendall that's stuck to the back of this other card. It's a 2-for-1 deal for whoever gets these commons. All right, another gravity-defying piece of gum. Bill Dorn, Jeffrey Leonard, Jimmy Key, Dwight Evans, Juan Samuel. I think we're getting into the same ones we've seen before. There's Gary Carter, Canzalosi, Bill Ladrum, Bob Denier, Jim Wynn, Larry Boa, Sheets, and Mike Flanagan. 2 packs remaining. James Steele, Mickey Hatcher, there's Mike Campbell, Tom Bolton, Mike Williams, Scott Bankhead, Mike Jackson, there's Nolan Ryan, Kurt Ford, Kelly Gruber, Terry McGriff, Jesse Barfield, Gary Rittis, oh my goodness, Doc Edwards. All right, I think we're getting into some different ones there, but it seems to be pretty much some of the same. And with 794 cards in a set, you're gonna have runs like I had, and getting one of every rookie isn't always what happens. There's Dave Urquidi. One thing that I haven't had pop up is like the Al Leiter error. The error and corrected are worth the same amount. It's a photo variation. So Frank Viola, kind of curious as to, I've got 5 other boxes. I'll have to see if I get that eventually. Whitey Herzog, John Haben, Tom Kerr, Pete Incaviglia, Charlie O'Brien. There's Dick Schofield and Wayne Tollerson. And that is 1988 tops. So, good amount of stars. The only major rookie was the Glavine. The rest of the cards are, only a few bucks here. Or not a few bucks, maybe 30 cents tops, something like that. I think the next highest price card would be the Air version of this, which is $2 for, but these are the corrected, so I'm not sure they have much value. but I've got a new favorite card in J Baller. He's the man of the hour, and he'll go into a prominent place. All right, thanks for checking it out, guys. Hope you're doing well, and like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. I'm gonna do a lot more of the retro stuff coming up, as I've got over 100 boxes that I need to get through. So I'm gonna do some new, as I always do, but then it's gonna be the majority of the older stuff. So hope you all enjoy that. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.